1,
2,
3,
4.
5.
Hello everyone, my name is Abigail Parker. Thank you for joining me today. The purpose of this speech is to inform you all on how to make the famous fried Oreos. One of the most exciting parts of going to the fair every year for me was knowing that I was going to get the famous fried Oreos. The only downside was having to wait all year long just to get them. So because of this, I decided that I was going to try and learn how to make the fried Oreos by myself at home. And today I'm going to be teaching you how with just 3 simple steps. You're going to want to cover your Oreos in pancake batter, fry them in vegetable oil, and cover them in powdered sugar afterwards. So let's get into some of the ingredients and the objects that you might need. You're going to need a plate with some paper towels sitting on top of them. You're going to need some Oreos. You're going to need a bowl, some of these, some vegetable oil, just a regular old stove pot, some pancake batter, and some powdered sugar. So, as I mentioned earlier, the first step in making your fried Oreos is covering them in pancake batter. So you're just going to take your pancake batter and mix it into your bowl that you're using. You want to make sure that your batter is the right consistency. You don't want it to have any lumps, or you don't want it to be too thick or too thin. This is because it can affect the cooking, and you don't want it to be too liquidy, because then you won't get the golden brown, and if it's too thick, then it just won't cook the right way. The next thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you only dip your Oreos in there as needed, because you don't want to have too many Oreos in there when you don't have enough room and you don't have enough room to fry them. You want to make sure that you have an even amount of pancake batter on both sides of your Oreo. This is because if you don't have enough on one side and you have too much on the other, then one side of the Oreo will be bare and the other will be very thick. The next step is to fry your Oreos in vegetable oil. I never really measure out how much oil I use, but I normally just go about halfway up the pot. You don't want to have your vegetable oil too low or too high, because it can all affect the cooking and the consistency. You want your Oreos to be soft in the middle and your pancake batter to be cooked but still kind of soft. You don't want them to be crunchy, because that will mean that they are burnt. Which takes me to the next thing. If your oil is too hot, then your Oreos will burn instantly. It won't give them time to get soft, and your batter will just get crunchy and brown. Most people, or some people, might think that you need a fancy fryer just to make fried Oreos, but I learned myself that that's not true. All you need is just a regular pot and some vegetable oil. I haven't tried any other oil, but that doesn't mean you can't use any other oil. You want to flip your Oreos about 4 to 8 times when they're in the oil, because that will make sure that they're getting cooked evenly on both sides and that there is a nice brown golden circle covering your Oreo. Finally, the last thing that you're going to want to do is, as your Oreos are finished cooking, you're going to want to make sure that you hold them over. You're going to want to make sure that you hold them over the pot and get some of the excess oil off of there, and then you're going to move them onto your plate with your paper towels. You're going to want your paper towels there to soak up some of the excess oil, so that it's not just sitting there and it's just better tasting. After that, you're just going to take your powdered sugar and you can evenly disperse it, not put much at all or put a lot on there. I and my family, we like a lot of powdered sugar on there because it makes it really good. So, in conclusion, you don't have to be a master chef in order to make fried Oreos, and I learned myself that it's pretty simple. It only takes 3 main steps, like I told you earlier. It only takes covering your Oreos in pancake batter, frying them in vegetable oil, and covering them in powdered sugar. This is a family favorite of mine, and most everyone that's tried it has loved it. So I hope that you try it and love it as well. So, hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and thank you for watching.
1,
2, 3, 4,
5.